So in this gallery then we kind of unpack the story of the Declaration of Independence. We have a small theater which explores the actual process of drafting and passing the Declaration of Independence. We rotate on display printings of the Declaration. Of course, we're all familiar with the engrossed copy on parchment that you can see in Washington, D.C. at the National Archives. But other than members of Congress, very few people ever saw that document, certainly in the 18th century. Most people encountered the text of the Declaration either from newspaper broadside printings or having it read out loud in their various communities. And so we rotate on display different printings of the Declaration. Right now, we have one of the rarest, actually, is a German language printing here in the center. There are only 2 copies of this July 1776 printing of the Declaration in German that have survived, and this has been shared with us by Gettysburg College in Pennsylvania. And then it's side by side with a Salem, Massachusetts printing of the Declaration. We also explore the promise of equality. So this notion that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That's language that, of course, has to be, each person has to decide, does that apply to me? So the people who wrote those words maybe didn't actually recognize the revolutionary potential in them. And actually some people, like John Adams, we think probably did realize that when you declare that all men are created equal, people might say, well, what about women? What about enslaved people, laboring men? And so we try to explore that story through this wall here, where we look at the status of laboring men, of enslaved people, of women, including Abigail Adams.
It's buried down